what only exists because humans are dumb. The word ambulance written in reverse on an ambulance. For those people that don't realize that the huge vehicle behind them, with the flashing lights and siren is, in fact, an ambulance. Let's not get on a tangent about the topic of TV ads for prescription medication. But recently, last couple years, they started adding a sentence in the commercials. Do not take Trivixaca if you are allergic to Trivixaca. What happened to make that a thing that they need to mention now? Why the hell would anyone knowingly continue to put a drug in their body if they knew or realized they were allergic to it? Answer: people are stupid. I get that it's to protect them legally. But it's mind-blowing to me that it needs to be said even to do that. The warning on my dad's old motorcycle saying this is a motorcycle and only to be used as such. I know a lot of people say warning labels. But let's be honest. Warning labels have probably never stopped stupid people from doing stupid things. They are just there to protect corporations from getting lawsuits. About half of what a hospital does. Of course, the side that deals with sickness isn't there because we're dumb. But the part that deals with glass bottles being stuck inside anuses is there because we're dumb. Let's see. Don't stop on the tracks, contents are hot, straw paper can go in your eye, the list goes on and on. Modern politics. If we were smarter, there would be a better collective decision-making process. The ability to opt your kids out of vaccines. People who genuinely believe 5G is bad and that coronavirus is fake. Labels that say allergy advice. Contains X on packets / bottles / whatever. Where X is the only thing in there. Like contains nuts on a packet of peanuts. All of IT jobs. As a programmer who's done some IT work before, I can safely tell you that 90% of the job is Googling how other people solve the problem. Grammarly. Large-scale pollution. A few animal turds here and there aren't so bad. Millions and billions of gallons of human waste. Landfills and oceans full of plastic. Discharging all types of contaminants into the atmosphere daily in huge quantities, etc. We are the only organism stupid enough to destroy our home for a ducking piece of paper with a number on it. All other organisms live without it. It's dumb how dumb we are. Kardashians, flat earthers, anti-vaxxers, political trigger warning. Trump as the American president, most Republican congressmen. Helmets. As Jerry Seinfeld said, we were participating in many activities that were cracking our heads. We looked at the situation. We choose not to avoid these activities, but just to make little plastic hats so that we can continue our head-cracking lifestyles. The only thing dumber than the helmet is the helmet law. The point of which is to protect the brain that is functioning so poorly. It's not even trying to stop the cracking of the head that it's in. Nanny state laws and regulations. It only takes a few dumb ducks to mess it up for the rest of us. There is a job where people rub dirt on clean potatoes because some people think clean potatoes are sprayed with toxic chemicals. Dirt gives them a more natural look. The disclaimer on a microwave that says you can't dry your cat in this. Some women killed her cat that way. I used to love working on health and safety. It's almost a nature documentary on how little people think before something ducks up. Don't know what it's called, but at the gas pumps the mechanism connected from the pump to the hose unlocks when people forget to place the nozzle back and drive off. Tons of weird rules because one idiot did something so stupid. They had to make a rule about it. Expiration date on salt. It's been in the ground longer than time itself. Regulations on food have required an expiration date. That pure salt that was mined out of the earth is not going to go bad sitting in your dry goods pantry. Debt consolidation companies. First-hand experience. I was desperate due to my own stupidity and got myself into too much credit card debt when I was in my early 20s. Looking for an out, I called a debt consolidation company. They told me to not pay my credit cards that I wanted to compile for months until they got sold to a lawyer. Well, once I ruined my credit, they took all those loans and tried to settle payments. After they denied, I had to go to court for each card and settle with a one-time payment, thusly putting a judgment on my credit report. It wasn't until I was 33 or so that I actually fully recovered from it. TLDR. Pay your bills and never try to exceed what you can't pay out of pocket. That way when you do have an emergency you can afford it easier by using credit. 1. Donald Trump presidency. 2. Joe Biden as challenger. 3. Bernie Sanders not a candidate. Tether as the American contribution. Are you entertained? Racism, hatred and violence. If people only understood what a short time they have to experience life, and what a miracle it is that they have the privilege at all, especially if they have it fairly easy, they wouldn't even consider poisoning the lives of themselves and those around them with meaningless, irrelevant garbage. Low-fat food. The reason low-fat food became popular was because people wanted to get slim and decided to believe the lies that fat makes you fat instead of the truth being that sugar has a major impact on your weight. So when you buy low-fat food with extra sugar to add the taste lost by the fat, then you are actually eating food that is worse for you than the regular stuff. Pakistan. The Great Partition caused hundreds of thousands of deaths which could have been avoided with a better placement of the border. There's a sealed concrete dome full of radioactive waste from atomic test blasts somewhere in some island area. Sorry, I'm lazy and can't remember where exactly. As you could have guessed, a concrete dome doesn't do too well for sealing in radioactivity, and the erosion to the site is letting the waste leak out into the surrounding waters. Not only is it devastating to the local people and environment, but the men who were sent to clean and seal the site originally had no idea of the dangers and have almost all suffered consequences due to the exposure of radioactive materials. When you can't enter famous tourist attractions because people vandalized the site with their names. Oh my God! So many signs everywhere that, when you read them, instantly make you think who the hell would do that, though? And then you realize that someone at some point did that exact thing. And here we are. Discrimination. It barely exists in the animal kingdom in the same way that it does between humans. We judge each other, hate each other and avoid each other like no other species. This notion has stuck with me for some time, so I try not to be that way where possible. Social distancing. If we could all cough into our elbows, wear gloves and mask and washing our hands, then we wouldn't need to keep such a distance between ourselves. The warning on a bag of peanuts that says the product contains nuts. Maybe not because humans are dumb, but more that they love to sue. Warning: may contain nuts written on peanut packets. This is apparently also so that people with nut allergies can sue peanut companies if they have an allergic reaction if they eat nuts. Doors with pull handles that you are supposed to push, and push handles that you have to pull. Black plush. The Christians think the cats are evil, so they killed a lot of cats thinking they are killing the evil. The mouse and rats population grow up and start the black plush. Oil spills. Chernobyl. Fukushima. Global warming. Dallas Cowboys. Heroin and me, to name a few. Everyone's beating me to the good ones, so I'll have to say tabloids news that reports on celebrities. The fact that people are indirectly keeping TMZ wealthy due to their interest in the ice cream flavor some guy ate during his time out with his daughter is stupid to say the least. At least read magazines about how the movies are made, or news where they get the actors in for a proper interview. Hell, I'd be fine with you reading magazines that insist celebrities are lizard people. Anything is a better hobby than obsessing over some journalism dropout with a camera invade the privacy of a person who is just running errands or spending time with loved ones. Most reality TV relies on filming people being idiots and broadcasting it to the world. See Kitchen Nightmares.